Okay, thank you guys for all the congratulations to me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I'm happy that you guys are making money from the financial market. Okay, that is the whole objective seriously for us. All right, that's a whole objective. All right. Now today you can see there is no public member. It's all our own students only our own students. Rationale is because I told you guys it's only meant for you. I really want you guys to succeed. Now, just today a bit draggy. Today, this session could be 1.5 hours long. So if you are busy, you can watch a replay later. Okay, now why 1.5 hours long? Because I need to cover some house rules at the same time because it's the 1st of February today, first day. So I need to do some stuff. All right. So later as we go along, I'll tell you more and more. Okay. So if you are busy, you need to move on, just continue your life. Because of this Facebook thingy, you can turn on and watch this again almost immediately. All right. Okay, I just want to set up my thing properly. Okay, so let's just begin. All right. Okay, guys, you should be able to see my PowerPoint slides right now. Okay. Here we go. Okay, do post all your questions on the PowerPoint so that I can actually read it. Okay. Sorry, on the Facebook group chat. Yeah. Okay. Okay, all right. Today is the 1st of February 2021. Okay, Monday. All right. Now, today's caption is pretty simple. Short squeeze now. Obviously, we know what's a short squeeze. If you still don't know what's happening on the whole world, probably you need to read up. All right. Now, the short squeeze has really happened, and it even attacked the silver market, which later on I'll cover a bit on the silver market. Okay. And what's long squeeze then? Now, think about this. If there's short squeeze, then what is long squeeze in your opinion? Okay, what do you think? All right, think about this. What do you think? Anybody can tell me what is the thing was a long squeeze supposed to mean then? Anybody? All right, long squeeze basically means that, right, there is a chance that the long, right, people will want to get out. Because when short squeeze is that, right, people short the market itself, right? Okay, you got shorted and the market come in, they cover shorts. So a long squeeze will be the other way around, whereby they will be selling. We have to squeeze out the buyers, okay, meaning, right, the market will just come down and there's not available buyers, and then the price will come down very, very fast, okay? It's something like that. Of course, there's no really technical word of long squeeze in the market, but it's just a vice versa thing, right? Yes, indeed. Okay, so of course, we will have to see this because everything in life, there's always the positive and the negative, which means that, right, what I'm trying to say is the yin and yang here. So now we have the short squeeze. So naturally, the long squeeze theoretically will likely be happening. It's always like that, okay? So you don't need to give me disclaimer because end of the day is, guys, you guys are already on my students, so I don't need you to do disclaimer. For the public audience who later on watching this video, FYI itself, right? Okay. You have to identify me when this slide is up. Okay. All right. Now we have a big Telegram reconstructing. Okay, we restructure everything. Now you can see that all our laboring is trade with the boys. You can see that. Then some of you may not be in the main group anymore. Example like the gold group, the global market group, the forex group. You are not there because you are not a subscriber at the moment. So I'm sure that now with the new Chinese New Year promotion, you will be able to come on board again. So think about this, guys. End of the day is the whole objective is to make money from the market. $96, it looks a little bit expensive on one angle, but think about this. How many $96 have you lost in the market? And look at the winnings that our students are actually making, right? Making 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, as much as in a single day. So seriously, $96 is not a lot of money. It's just about how you do it. So my objective and the team objective is we will try to help you guys to obtain that. Okay, we try our best to help you to do that. Okay, we try our best. All right, we try our best to let you guys, make back the money. All right. So that is the restructuring information. All right. So of course, thank you guys so much. Okay, we have a pretty successful preview on Saturday. All right, about 104 people attended. Now registered was 145, but it's usually the case. And of course, about 10 of them have signed up. Still got about 4 or 5 of them are still waiting and considering. All this thing that is very, very normal. But doesn't matter, guys. End of the day is this. We really appreciate that. And of course, we have everybody that's new, we put you in GM11, right? We have GM1 to GM11. Now, GM11 is the only last group that will keep on growing and growing and growing, because this is considered the internet group, whereby the learning is via e-learning portal, okay? By the e-learning portal. So all of you guys who just came in, we thank you so much. We will tell you more what you can do from down there. And those people who are already in GM11, do me a little favor, like good seniors, take care of the newcomers, and of course, don't bully them. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So for those online now, can you put a love shape into the Zoom to thank and welcome all these new people coming on board? Okay. If you can, put all the love and give them love. All right. And then feel that, right, they are in the right community. Okay. All right. Put up all the love, put all the love shape. Okay. Now, the Trade with the Boys e-learning portal will be ready today. It will be ready today. Today, it will be ready. We will let you have the information for GM1 to GM10. Later on, Winston will come on board online, and then not now, but later on through the Telegram. He will tell you what to do. And of course, he will give you a video to how to become to part of this and become an affiliate member also. So, all right. So the Trade with the Boys e-learning portal is really, it looks very beautiful, right? Wow, very professional. Looks so, new age feeling itself. All right. Don't you think so too? All right. So we have many videos from introduction to 3-step to how to trade, the goal indicator like KCX, stop loss, take profit, and KTRs, pivots, even the latest BMB itself. Okay, even the latest BMB. So you guys see, we really put in a lot of effort to make sure you guys succeed in trading. All right. So don't even need to think of leaving us, okay? Because we are family, and once a family, always a family, unless you choose to leave us, okay? All right. So that is the a lot of fun, a lot of stuff in the morning. All right. Now the thing is this. I have already informed you guys, and I hope that you guys didn't take me for a ride, because the thing is this, guys, I told you guys that the market could be peaking soon, and the time when I said this, many people was pretty upset. All right, was pretty upset, and they tell me that, hey, Cal, are you sure, and all things like that. I said that, well, look at it. This is what's happening. Now, I don't expect the market to crash overnight, because I tell my friend this, in February back then, the Federal Reserve was not ready, and the Wuhan virus came in so strong, so hard, and everybody was panicking. So yes, the stock market came down quite a fair bit within 15 days. So this time now, the Federal Reserve is all ready, the Arsenal is ready, the Senate is ready, the House is ready. So this time now, it has to be something bigger than this, okay? So in case you want to put all your fortune to short the market, just go slow a little bit. All right, just go slow a little bit, okay? Now, the thing is this, this morning, all right, this morning we saw the Dow futures was down by 270 points as early in the morning, all right, because there is a ongoing rumor saying that, right, the SEC may do a crackdown soon, because we know that all the short selling has created a mayhem in the financial market, and people like GameStop, AMC's, BlackBerries are only going crazy in share prices. All right, so and some of the Republican senators, they are wanting Joe Biden to actually lower down the COVID-19 relief, because obviously as of now, you can see that with the money going to give to people use it for speculation. So if this is ongoing now, I can tell you this, the chances of the COVID-19 relief numbers to go down significantly. I repeat, significantly. I already said that last week. I told you guys that it will happen, and I believe that it will really happen. So guys, so if that is the case, the reason that prop the market higher will be the reason that bring the market lower. It's always like that. And of course, this week is going to be a very big week, because there will be Alphabet, Amazon, Alibaba, Snap, Exxon, Biogen, Pfizer, Chipotle. These guys are going to come out with the earnings. Later I'll show you to you. All right, these are big earnings coming up. Okay. All right. So of course, to start this morning with a little bit of cartoon. All right, I really like this cartoon. And he says that, right, I would have made a fortune if it had been for the meddling kids. It's always, you hear this in those cartoons whereby, the dead people will say this, or the kids. And I think that, right, have you, okay, like give a little guess here. Okay, if it's not been for the meddling kid, which cartoon said this? Right, anybody can tell me which cartoon said this if it hadn't been those meddling kids? Anybody can tell me which cartoon has this statement? Come on, guys. I'll see who remembered this in your childhood time. Nowadays, they don't play this anymore. I showed this cartoon to my kid. My kid is not bothered. I mean, they don't like it at all. But back then, it was a hit. All right. All right. Anybody can tell me? All right, it'll be a good one to let me know. Right, while you are guessing it, if you're guessing it, all right, you do this latest cartoon now. This is called the WSB. All right, it's called the Wall Street Bets. Okay, and this cartoon is everywhere on marks, on t-shirts and stuff. Maybe one day I should put up this trip with the boys somewhere in the middle. Okay, so apparently this is the cartoon that the logo that everybody's talking about it, and of course. Yes, Lo, you got it correct. Lo, correct. Indeed, it's Scooby-Doo. Yay, Scooby-Doo is the answer. Well done. Yes, always the bad guy will say this meant for. Oh, look like Trump. Okay, Kelly. Okay, I understand that. So now the thing is this: is the stock market, is the bull ending soon? Right? Is the bear going to come out, right? Well, to me, not yet. Indeed, to me, not yet. Yeah, not yet. Okay, I'll explain to you why later we go to the technical side. But to me, not yet. And the market is calling for encore. Okay, bravo. Okay, so this is my reason why I show you this. All right. Sorry, I have no time to finish up all my this caption today. I was so busy. So Melvin Capital, the hedge fund that bet against GameStop, have lost more than 50% in January. All right. In fact, they lost 53%, okay, of their capital. Now, this one, you must be very, very careful because why? First of all, the first question is how can you lose 53%? Where's all the stop loss? That is the first question. Second of all, where is the risk management? Where is the asset management? All this thing itself doesn't make any sense. Now, the main thing is this, okay, now what will happen is imagine a fund that lost 53%, the next thing will be redemption. Very, very clear. There'll be a lot of redemption coming out. And obviously they are borrowing a lot of money around to make sure they can, hold the fort. But if let's say the carnage continue, then obviously that will be even worse. So redemption will be the key point, the key word this coming week. Because if anybody is shorting the market and the stock market, the retail, the penny counters or the targeted stocks still continue to go up, right? The fear will come in. Because now the thing is that a lot of hedge fund is doing that, okay? They're all doing this type of shorting in the market. So imagine if, let's say, this short squeeze comes into the market, right? There will be a fear ongoing. And then when there's one barrage of redemption of the funds, then you know that the subsequent thing will be the long squeeze, all right? It's going to be very, very scary. Okay, so of course there is again CNBC is now on and saying that there's a perfect storm for speculators being hit. Okay, they didn't say that last week. Okay, so of course the few reasons I said this the last 3 weeks of MAO. I will tell you guys the rationale is because of the no commission for trading via the Robinhood app. We know that, so no cost. Then of course we also have the low interest rate environment. That was obviously the case. I mean, this is a circus lah. That's why I quote this thing from Steve Henrich yesterday. He says this in one of his video. When you put enough clowns around, you really have a circus. And when the circus come in, then you have to pay the price. So what is happening now is that the low environment has created this environment whereby low interest rate environment has created all the free and easy money. People are just borrowing. So now the thing is with this money, they must do something, right? And they won't go long in that way. They go long by the shorts. And of course, with the stimulus package of STEAMY that might be coming out, so that is the reason why causing all the options to go crazy over the weeks. So now the thing is this, Reddit is like a open secret Chengke, yeah. Chengke means operators for us in the local region. All right, meaning, all right, telling you guys, okay, whatever Reddit say, what to buy, what to sell, the Reddit army will do the buying, you know, like crazy and stuff. So they're still going to attack AMC, they're still going to attack GameStop, they want to take a lot of counters, all right. Of course, the last squeeze is the silver market. Now, I will say this as hold on with me. I'll tell you what is my perception with this thing here ongoing. You'll be very, very surprised later. All right, just hold on with me. I'll tell you more. So this is the new paradigm. I told you guys a new paradigm. That's why you see no one know what's going on. Everybody just guessing what's next. But everybody telling you that this is the time. This is a brand new time. Everything is different. So that is exactly what this chart represents, the new paradigm. So guys, there will be an initial pullback. I repeat myself one more time. There will be an initial correctional move, but then the market will say, no worry, it's okay. Let's recover to normality. And this is where it is. Then after that, where the market couldn't take it anymore, or if the boys actually created the sell, then the fear will come in, then the capitulation will come in before we come to the point whereby the Federal Reserve will come with all their monies and try to save. And obviously, that is where the recovery will come, definitely will come, but inflation will really play its part, okay, by then. Okay, I told you guys over the last few MAOs, I hope you remember that. So of course, Cathy Wood, all right, Cathy Wood is now the new 股神, 女股神, the new stock market queen, all right, because she had bought so many technology shares, and one of them was Tesla, and that one she says that, right, Tesla will go to as much as how much, 8,000, all right, something like that. So she is now being asked that now with so many stocks now going crazy and general market coming down, is the stock market is going a bubble? Is her top holdings, all the tech shares are in a good position? So obviously she said that nothing to worry, everything is good. And in fact, more money have came in, all right? $3 billion of funds have just came in after their ridiculous eye-popping track record for last year. All right, it's really, really incredible. Okay, so my point is this. All I can say is, if you actually remember the movie or the Chinese serial about this, the greed of man, that you know that why towards the end, if you watch the second season, the reason why the guy, the Ding Xie, that person who act the bad guy, why he actually lost money in his last fight with with the good guy was because the boys basically make him the poster boy first. Then after that, they turn around and forsake him. That was the reason. It's all demand and supply. No one has a divinity power to forecast market. So I hope that she's not the poster girl, because everybody now funds are with her. And this is a very big piece of pie here. So I just hope that she do well. That's my personal take. So if you are jumping into up invest, I will give you a little friendly advice as a friend. Wait for a while, okay? Just wait for a while, okay? That's my personal take. So of course, I give you the latest update now. This is the latest update for the most anticipated earnings release. All right, so today, let's take a look. Today doesn't have any big one. Today all pretty small, smaller houses. Of course, these are big companies. Just I don't see anything that really, capture my attention. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But Tuesday, we have after market close with Amazon, Pfizer, Alibaba, Alphabet, Chipotle, Exxon. Okay, these are the very big ones, though they will be the one that be leading it. I mean, I believe that Amazon should be doing much better. Of course, all the buying and selling online. The rest itself, right, honestly, I think actually Pfizer maybe better revenue, total earnings better than the previous year, but I don't think the forecast is good because you look at the shares coming down. All right, then after that, we have all the rest, okay? So every day, I will just update you guys, okay? Now, of course, Jim Cramer says that the market could explode if Biden improves the COVID vaccine rollout, right? Remember that? Okay, so the market did not explode upwards, it came down instead. So I tell you this, I love Jim Cramer. I love him because he's a very good lamppost. Okay, if you go casino, some people are professional lamppost or lamps finder, because they'll look at whoever is not doing very well, they actually go and sit beside the person. So if the person's do buy big, the other guy just buys small, and usually they win money. Okay, I'm not saying that I always go against Jim Cramer. When he's correct, obviously he's correct. So that's the best point. It's just simple. When Jim Cramer says buy and the market goes up, follow. But if Jim Cramer say buy, the market goes down, sell the market. Okay, so I was waiting for him to say sell. I'm just waiting. Okay, so of course, while we have that earnings, I realize that there's another chart available. This is the increased short interest ahead of earnings. Oh my God, look at it. All these counters, some of them I don't recognize them, but these are the counters that people are adding shorts before their earnings, and it can be up to 300%. Oh my God. This is nuts, man, my guys. Right, even AMC's, right? AMC's earnings will come out in this February the 2nd, okay? February 2nd, which is tomorrow. And the short have increased again by 100%. I mean, seriously, this is nuts. I mean, the company is going to be coming out very bad figures, but the share price will be much, much higher. I mean, this is nuts, okay? So what will happen is very simple. Yeah, the share price will be speculated because why? Allow me to explain this very simple way, okay? Now, the option traders can buy all they want. All right, the sellers of this option are writing because they expect the price to be fair based on the market valuation. But I suspect there's one more entity of people. The one that really started this off is the one that have been buying the shares before all this have happened, then sold the idea to this option traders about what is happening. And then as long as the scripts are not available in the real market, all right, not available means no one is selling, then what will naturally happen is that, right, the option writers who have to buy at ridiculous prices, which the one who holding the shares control. That is the whole thing here. So the market is just only focusing on the option retailers and the writers, but actually there's one more group of people they really forsake or in a way ignore or actually cannot tell. So that's my point here, guys. You can look at it. It's all increment towards earning. This is really nuts. And I tell you this can be a very big problem. It's like all the ships are being chained up together and waiting for the big fire to come. So Jim Cramer say already, you have already warned. Cramer tell investors to take home and run and sell GameStop 2 days ago. That was some time ago, but the share's still going up. Okay. All right. Is there any intermittent over here? Is the sound okay? All right, I'm not too sure. I cannot really hear you guys, but nothing have changed on my side here. Maybe I put my handphone away. Would that help? Okay. Okay. So there is okay. Probably you guys have to, check your Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Okay. Apology. Okay. All right. So Goldman Sachs says this is the biggest short squeeze ever in 25 years. Now, why 25 years? Let's do some mathematics here. Great. 2021 minus 25, you get 1996. And 1996 itself was a NASDAQ rally. And the NASDAQ rally was same thing, right? The NASDAQ was people shorting it. Then after the NASDAQ just go all the way up because, people shorted the market. Okay. All right. So the thing is this. Jim Cramer on the other side says that GameStop short squeeze cannot bring the overall market down. Okay, okay, let's hope he's right, because what we are seeing now, the market is coming off. So what Goldman Sachs is adding on is that this short squeeze will likely bring the whole market down instead. So again, Goldman Sachs says sell, but again, we will know. All right, guys, if you're actually having this little intermittent sound that's not coming out, you just have to refresh. But when refresh itself, right, you just have to move the play button towards the right side. I mean the one that show you where mine now to the word live. Once you see the word live, that means you're on live with me now, right here. Okay, if you're actually in the middle, that means that this you are doing the replaying. Okay, all right, you do need to do that once in a while. So let me explain to you how I feel the market right now is that everybody is trying to squeeze into the theater to be part of the show, okay? But if when anything comes down, anything goes crazy, get bad, then the little tiny door will cause a mayhem, and this will create panic, and that is where I'm looking at myself. Okay, so this is just a show. This picture is actually one of the theater, back then. Then after that, there was some ceiling floor coming down and stuff. Of course, but this just been showing the to explain to you, all right? All right, so we go to the recap of today's market. Okay, so last Friday, we saw the Dow Jones drop 600 points after the worst week since October. And you can see there, right, the rational reason is because of the heightened speculative trading by retail traders. And of course, it's the first time for the week we see many the indices has closed down, okay? And this is the wild week of GameStop. You can see that initially went out 150, then went sideways a little bit. Then when Elon Musk taxed GameStop, oh my God. So now Elon Musk become the new king on the block, all right? Crazy guy, okay? And then after that, they are telling you this. I read this, I really find very, very disheartening in a way. What young people getting involved in the market positive over long term. This is crap and bullshit and nonsense, all right? And this is why I say Wall Street is full of shitty people. I mean, they are not wrong by saying this, but come on, man, without a young people here, do you know that the people playing stock market now is at 16 to 18-year-old? This is nuts. I mean, they are doing that, and obviously they're going to bring themselves to more debt. The woman, the fat lady really sings, the market will come down faster than speeding bullet. Do understand this, my friends, is that now explain this. Of course, now the share price going up, people buying option, nothing wrong, right? Okay, that's because the share price is going up. But if once there is a coordinate movement to bring down the market together and make sure they stay low, I'm telling you this, those people, the young people, they don't understand what's going on. They'll buy on the way down, and that's it, man, my friends. They'll get burned so badly. It probably gonna cripple the entire American economy, especially for the younger sector. This is bad. And of all these young people, when they really don't have that money, what's next? They'll go on the street. And think about this, with the coronavirus now ongoing and they still go on the street, what will happen next? It's going to bring back the virus to their parents, to their relatives, and it's going to be disastrous. So I'll be honest, it's all right. I come or rather realize that, right, Donald Trump keeping quiet, she's a very right move right now. Just keep the mouth shut for the time being. Let Biden suffer. I think that is his strategy, I think. All right, again, that is my personal opinion, okay? Anyway, if you agree, then just put the word agree in the this Facebook group chat. So the Dow Jones from the opening bell slammed down all the way. It tried to recover at about 29,900, but after that, towards the end, the selling just poured in. I tell you this, what happened. I was actually around watching the market. Then around this time here, it's all right. I received a lot of messages telling me, Cal, is it time to buy share in the market? Let me explain something to you. Okay, very important. Just give me a moment. Now, it was around here when I received some text from people. All right, some of the people still trading. So what happened is that, right, I tell them this, look, last time when Donald Trump is around, most likely on a Friday, the market will recover towards the end. But if this time it's not Donald Trump, right, there is a fair possibility that it may go down instead. And truth be told, we saw that what happened, really what happens, the market really come off. So my point is this, Biden is Biden, Donald Trump is Donald Trump. These two different administration, they may have a different view of how they move the stock market. And because of that itself, right, okay, you have to be very careful. You cannot bring what happened last 4 years to come to this 4 years, okay? You just have to remember that, okay? All right, so basically on the mainstream media now, they're telling you that, right, although the spending counter are going, the overall, the Dow is down, and they're looking at, more mayhem, more problem coming in, right? This is on the mainstream media. And of course, let's just recap what happened on Friday. The stock market really came down all the way. I already tell you the importance of knowing the KSI is critical. So when the KSI is red in color, the market will be more towards the sell side. So when the market break below pivot 1, I told you guys it will likely be going towards the pivot 2 level, and it really happened. Of course, did I know that the market dropped so much on the day? No, I didn't. Okay, I did not, but I did tell you that the Dow may be going for the 30,000 mark, which really happened. Okay, so this is really incredible, showing you and really very manifested. So you look at the intraday chart. Once the market goes below OP, now I want to repeat myself again for many times. If the market is bullish, normally the market will be able to trigger the KTR plus one rather easily. But when the market did not go to KTR plus one, I know that there is some suspect of bearishness. Then of course, when the market basically came down after he breached the opening price, that was the first wave. And you look at it, right, even though when the market was going up over here, the KSI remained red in color. So this tells you that these 3 bars, the upside is not really real. It's more of a fake move instead. So obviously the price came down. Of course, when you hit the KTR minus 3, the market did try to form some form of support around here, and it recovers. Okay, but once it recovers, and when I saw that it almost touched the OP and pull back, I know that's it. Because same thing, guys, if the market cannot go to KTR plus one and now cannot even go to KTR, cannot go to OP, right? This tells you that the market is weak. And obviously towards the whole day itself, the market just keep on going down. But what's amazing is that there are some KCB level at 29937 and 29909. The market found some support there and then staged a temporary rebound. So everything that you learn from us is all available and actually it's down there. So as long as you follow the colors, you follow the KSI, you follow the movement, right? Seriously, remember below OP, you should look out for CCYR candidate unless the KSI is green on the day chart. Right, this is the same thing, vice versa. Okay, so if you guys got clear what I just said, can you key the word DOW, D-O-W in the group chat so that I get a quick 30 seconds break to drink some water. Okay, right, charging up again. Let's continue. Oh, there's a lot of people on Facebook now asking, where is the morning MAO? Where is it? Where is it? No more. It's only for students only, right? For TWB students only, guys. Only for you, okay? Now, I want to share with you some special charts first before we go into the technical chart, okay? Before that. Now, the insiders are really selling. Now, the insiders are the people who, inform that they are taking profits off the table, and the insiders now are selling more than ever while the stock market is at all-time high. So this is a very valid thing to inform you, right? Even blackberries, when they saw the shares suddenly shoot up, right, the executive are taking profits, they're getting out because they know that the company may not stand it. So this is why it's very scary. Now, some people say, no, if the insiders are selling, that means that the market is going up itself, right? It's time to buy shares. Yes and no. If the market is at the lower end, right, meaning the market is down like 5,000, 6,000 points and the insiders are still selling, then if the market don't go down further, then you buy. You understand? But if the market is at all-time high level still or around there and the insiders are selling and you are staying to go long, you must be very careful. This is going to be very different, okay? But of course, surprisingly, very surprised, the aggregate short interest is exceptionally low relative to history. Now, we don't talk about those penny counters, we don't talk about those Reddit shares, we're talking about in general, okay? In general, right, you can see that the short interest is very low. It's back to 2000 level. So what is that telling you? Complacency, bullishness, positiveness is there. So that is why I like it. The insiders are selling big time and the overall is still very little. Now, do remember this. Why did the short interest increase back in year 2000 to 2005? Do you remember that? Do you remember why did the short interest actually goes up from 1.5% up to 2.8% back in year 2000 to year 2003? Anybody can tell me on that? All right, that'll be good. Let me know. Okay, that is that's a very good reason for that. Because if you can understand this, you understand why did the percentage increases from 2007 to all the way to 2010. Remember that? If you cannot remember what is 2003, 2007 to 2010, you should know that very well. And that is because of the Lehman crisis. So FYI, back then itself in year 2000 and 2003, which some of you have got it correctly, it is because that the stock market actually was at a high, the NASDAQ was at a high, and then it crippled down all the way to 2002 low end. So that's why I'm saying this, that this with this ongoing right now, and this figure in front of us, I can very sure that there should be some profit taking coming soon. Okay, this is not going to be like for like a few days, but it may be for a few more weeks. Okay, that is my personal take. All right. Right, I'm pretty sure again, no trainers in the market will take so much effort to do all this for you. Thank you guys for appreciating me. Now, of course, this is a silver reason why silver is going nuts this few days. Now, of course, when I call for silver, it was purely technical reason because it broke the MA30. But now you can see the so-called fundamental reason. You can see that in terms of funds buying into silver versus a fund getting out of equity, that's why there's some rotational play at the moment. And of course, we can see in terms of silver versus the gold market, the silver is riding much higher versus the gold market. So that means that the interests have changed hand. People began to realize that gold may not be the best choice. They might as well do silver that is much cheaper. Margin will be much cheaper too. So that's the reason why you can see there's a bit of disconnection between them. All right, so the question is, will silver overrun gold? I don't think so. I don't think so. Some people are saying that silver go to 5,000. I think that's really ridiculous because, you know, this is not a stock. This is a commodity. You don't expect your handphone or the conductor that's necessary in a car that needs a bit of silver. You go to pay thousands for that when it only costs a few tens of dollars. So certain thing in life, you must be very careful. If silver actually go to even, let's say, 100 example, this is really ultimate bubble. I mean, the market will crash by the time when that's really happened. So the short interest has obviously built up for some expected reason. And because the short interest has built up, the boys is anticipating that this is going to be a pullback soon. So those people who are now buying silver options in anticipation that silver will go higher due to short squeeze, they must be very careful. They are not going to be versus stocks. No, you must understand that this the hedge funds that basically will, you know, all shorting this stock. GameStop, they are not very big funds, but we're talking about silver, gold. There's a global, every government are holding it, right? You're playing the wrong side, my friend. You know, that's my point here. Yes, because you guys had won a few rounds with the smaller boys, you think that you can fight the big boys. You must be very careful. So that's why now you can see short sellers are now everywhere saying that silver is time to buy. It will rally. I tell you this, guys, this will end very badly. All right, this will end very badly. Now, of course, I do say that gold will go up this year because of the potential market crash up. But again, not like this, okay? That's the wrong way to do it. So be careful, very careful, okay? All right, so this is very important. You see, this is a Goldman hedge fund VIP basket, whereby obviously the VIP's good shares. And you can see the index is coming off quite a fair bit. And that means the big boys are offloading their shares to the market. So that makes sense that the insiders are selling, makes a lot of sense. It's in line. But because of the current retailers all buying into the smaller counters, it created the smoke screen that I told you guys, that it makes people think that the market is going up. But no, actually, they are unloading it away. So from the retail favorites, now you can see all the retail favorites versus the VIP fund of the Goldman Sachs one and S&P 500, right? S&P 500 seemingly moving with the retail favorite, but the VIP shares are coming off. So do note that if you look carefully over here itself, when the VIP shares are coming down, usually the whole two of them also come down. So now we are seeing a very disproportionate movement. And obviously, right, I always believe the big boys are unloading already. What do you expect to happen soon, guys? This is why I said that there is going to be more trouble coming up. All right, so trade with the system, make money, and do it correctly. All right. So of course, this is the, I promised you guys to bring it up to you. So these three pictures got these three significant. Let me explain to you. Now, this is a very nice Chinese movie. If you want, go and watch it. It's called The Red Cliff. But of course, if you have a little bit of Chinese, you know about this Romance of the Three Kingdoms, it will make your understanding a bit easier. So what I like is this title that they use. It's called Destiny Lies in the Wind. Okay, so if you actually know the history of this Red Cliff or Ci Bi, right? It's basically Cao Cao was basically wanted to be a conqueror, and he sent a lot of ships down. And in order to stabilize the ship, all right, someone advised him, okay, to chain up the ship so it stabilized. But of course, thing is this, Chow Chow is not stupid. He knows that by chaining up the ships, if they're going to use fire, it's going to be disastrous. But because he also knows it's a very seasoned war general, he knows that there's no way the wind is going to blow towards them. So even if there's going to be any fire attack, it will not be a problem. But the problem is that apparently that very particular moment, the wind changes, and that basically allows this fire attack to perish the entire 100,000 troops. Okay, that is the storyline. And of course, we have this combing involved and stuff like that. It's a very good show, in my opinion. But what I'm trying to explain to you is this. This is what really happening. Now, all the retailers are being now linked together, right? Remember? Reddit, WBS, all of them linked together. Now, while they are being linked together itself, right, the big boys are offloading their shares in the market, okay? So what will happen is later on, the fire will come in. Now, of course, the fire, you may say that, Cal, cannot be. If let's say the stimulus package is going to come in, you add in more to it itself, how can the fire be able to come? So the one thing that will change the whole thing, it will be the wind. So who's the wind? Who is this wind? Now, there will be something out of nowhere. It will come out and it will change this entire course, and the whole thing will become a disaster. So now you understand why I purposely bring this story in. I hope you get my point here yourself. Along the week, if I show you, if I can really identify where is this wind coming from, then we watch it out. By the way, just to on top of my head suddenly now, right? The wind, you know, which wind was that? North wind, south wind, east wind, all right, okay, or west wind, okay? Those who watch this movie, what is the wind that, you know, it's going to create this, that created this battle loss? Think about this, okay, guys? All right, I continue. So let's, while we wait for your information, we can now go down to the market, okay? Yes, all right. Okay, Dongfeng means what? East wind, okay? Suddenly, right, just suddenly just pop in my head. Just suddenly just pop in my head. East wind, north wind? No, it's the, Dongfeng is not north. A lot of people got it wrong. East wind, okay? East, not west. East is Dongfeng, Dong. Our north, south, east, west, and the Chinese, Dong, Nan, Si, Bei is very different, okay? East wind. So east wind means what? East wind, which country? You got my point now? Do you know what I'm trying to say now? Watch out for the east. Okay, you'll be in for a surprise. Okay, guys, this is the Dow Jones right now. Okay, this is the Dow Jones right now. Wow, wow, wow. The Dow Jones gapped down. The Dow Jones went down. The Dow Jones stayed down for a while, and then it rebounded. Why did the MAO rebounded? Because of this 29,742. Remember that? What number is that? That is the 5% marker. So what I do is take the high. All right, the high multiply by 0.95, you will get the 5% marker. This is a 5% marker. So as long as the Dow basically comes down here, there will be a temporary rebound, and it's really, really happening right in front of us. And I said this yesterday during our morning MAO, and I'm very happy guys, you guys remember it, and you all bought back your short position, and now market is higher, right? So the question is this, can we short now? Wait a moment, okay? So that means that the market is taking this very seriously, this 5% marker very, very seriously. So as long as the market stays above this 29,742 level, the Dow should be safe for now. So those who short sell, you already bought back already, right? Some of your position, good. Wait for a while, okay? Because if you want to attack, you must make sure that you attack it correctly. Now, at the moment now, the enemies are now going, they're buying back up itself. You just don't go and bother them. The market will tell you what to do, okay? So this is the first thing for today. Watch out for this 29,742. Okay, so that is the 5% marker. And of course, at the bottom of the screen, I did tell you guys that, right, the RSI is near to those typical support point. And obviously, you can see that that's also why the Dow recovered. Okay, pretty simple using conventional chart. Now, do note that, guys, conventional chart is to combine with your TWB chart to get the best of it itself, okay, to get the best out of it. Wow, we're 132 people. Okay, So on average itself, right, we have about 145. Are you telling me only 10 public members come in every time? A bit sad though. Okay, never mind. Now today the MA30 is very high on top, so I don't think you'll go up lah. I don't think unless suddenly the thing go crazy. But again, in case we miss it, I must tell you, right? Now this level here is 30,693. So I really doubt lah. I really doubt it will be going there because I told you guys the boys are unloading already. I don't think they'll buy back so soon. So I don't think that will happen. But in fact, the other side, right, this is the one that likely might be happening. And this number is the Dow MA 200, and that's 28,833. Now, of course, I don't expect the Dow Jones to drop 1,000 points because of where we are now to hit this point. The Dow Jones have to drop 1,000 points. I don't think so will happen. But again, things can go crazier than we can think of. So these are the numbers to watch out for the conventional chart, okay? All right, now I want to bring your attention to what happened back then in this February to show you some relevance. Okay, in case you missed the morning MAO yesterday. Now, this is the channel that I draw back then from August all the way to February. Then I do the parallel of the second part of the channel. And of course, this is the critical part. The market has to break below the MA30, okay? And the market has to break the channel, not yet, very far away. So at the moment now, I don't think that, right, this will become the same thing what we see lah. So if the market really want to, create the same type of pattern, then the Dow Jones had to come down quite significantly over the next few days. But if that happens itself, right, you do know that the RSI will be at the lower end, so they may stage an intermittent rebound. No? So at the moment now, I will say that, right, don't do anything yet. Just wait for a while. Let the story develop because we are still very far away from the pattern to formulate the big sell because the big sell has to be breaking the trend line. It has to be below MA30. It has to also be below, there must be a death cross, which is the MA30 below the MA200. So now we are still quite far away lah. So there's no much worry for time being now. But of course, short selling has been done. If you have followed me, this is where you have been shorting already in the market earlier, okay? All right, should be shorting much earlier already. Now it's more for profit taking and then use the bullets that you receive, the money that you make to do that again. Okay, guys, you need to tilt the screen to the other way around so that you can see clearer, okay? Because I know my video is blocking you, but I need to put my video there. You know why? Because in case people take this and pirate it out. Okay, all right. Now this is the one. So in case we do the next one, just in case this really happen. All right, if the market do drop down, okay, then you have another 10%. The next 5% drop, that will be about 28,000 plus. Okay, all right. Okay, so weekly chart itself, right? You can see it's not nice. This is the weekly chart, and today the way the market hit the low perfectly stopped at the trend line. That is my point. This is the reason why I say that, right? Unless there's some significant drop this week, okay? Now, last week, back then, when the market did an engulfing, there was a gap down. So we saw the gap down, but the time when it gapped down, the market crashed down. Now, this was crazy. The week itself, the market crashed off more than 3,800 points. In fact, 4,000 points in a single week. Now, in case you want to ask which week was that, that was on the 23rd of February. That was very near, that was after the Chinese New Year, all right? So the thing is this, people have been asking me, what is it possible? Then I told you guys that, right, the east wind may be coming from the east, right, obviously. So just be very careful, all right? So once this trend line breaks, my friend, then hell may break loose, okay? So maybe you want to take a look by how to draw. I draw my trend line. You can draw it on your own. But of course, different people got different style of drawing trend line, okay? I leave it to you. No one has a perfect way of drawing a trend line. You just know what you do. But if the trend line broke, you just do what you should do lah. If not, you get hit. And you can see that in terms of the RSI reading back then, and the reading right now is quite in line, my friends. It's quite in line. So that's why I'm saying I'm blaming a little bit of jittery here. Okay, a lot of conventional. Let's look at today's our own one. Okay, now for today, oh, interesting. Now the Dow is trying to recover above pivot 1. This is something interesting. If the Dow do recover above pivot 1, the Dow may go up. Yes, you heard me correct. The Dow pivot 1 today is at 29,915, okay? 29,915. So as long as the Dow stays above that, okay, the Dow could actually go up. So guys, take note of that. But do note the KSI at the bottom of the screen is actually down, right? So KSI rate. So +1 on the KTR to +3 will be a good time to look out for sell. So if the Dow go up to +1 to +3, look out for it. I think it's happening right now. Let me just show it to you. Okay, I go to the 15-minute chart. Okay, coming up. Okay, the Dow has recovered after the morning selling, but watch out for this. This market has been going up on the M15, but the KSI is red. So if the market stays up, it's fine. But if the KSI stay red and the market come down, the selling may bring it down back to the low of today again. So watch out for this. It shows that with some resistance now at 29,915. Now for KTR +1, +2, +3 are all there. These are the levels to watch out for the day chart terrain that's called for sell. So CCYR around here might be a good level if you insist to sell. Okay, got it? If you got what I say on Dow, can you key the word Dow2, DOW2, right, into the Facebook group so that I can know that you guys are still following me. All right, thank you. Okay, guys. Now this is the NASDAQ. Thank you guys for keying your reply. Now this is the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ for the conventional is interesting. It gapped down, obviously. It shot down, okay, but now has recovered quite a fair bit. Now for the NASDAQ, okay, the NASDAQ also has this same problem back then in this February. Let's bring it back, okay, February time. But can you see here? Okay, in the February time, the NASDAQ broke below the MA30, then it gaps down below the MA30, and then of course the market sold all the way down, right? Okay, but do note, this was a high for NASDAQ back then. But as of today now, the NASDAQ not only has recovered, it has recovered significantly, okay? You can see that the NASDAQ has recovered significantly. The high to the low was about 3,000 points, but now we are almost up by all the way here itself, right? Can you see that? Okay, here to here is about 3,100 points. Now we are on to about nearly 3,800 points. Okay, so the market really one really happened already. So of course, what do I expect for the NASDAQ? Now do note again, I have said this before, NASDAQ in my opinion may come off soon because of all the possible no more steamy or reduced steamy, and I believe that tax will be coming in from what Joe Biden will be doing. So this is something to watch out for. Okay, and yeah, Yu Ming, it has no, last Friday already closed below. That's why the market came down. Oh, okay. So today, watch out for the NASDAQ. Now watch out for the NASDAQ because, all right, if NASDAQ today closed below the low of yesterday, then NASDAQ might be coming down further. Now, the scary part is that the NASDAQ 200 MA is very far away. I'm going to put it in for you guys. It's very far away. That's about 11,900. So about almost 800 to 900 points away. All right, so watch out for that, okay? And this is the MA for today. That's 13,051, okay, around there. So if the NASDAQ is a recover, it may test back to the midpoint here itself, which incidentally is the MLP and also the MA30. Okay, so watch out for that 13,051. Okay, all right. Okay, so look at the today's our own. Okay, you can see right now that this is the NASDAQ, okay, the NASDAQ day chart, sorry. Now the NASDAQ day chart itself, right, is actually between the pivot 1 and pivot 2. So with that, that means that the upside can go back up again all the way to pivot 1, 13,049. So it's very near to the same level I mentioned earlier. If the NASDAQ stay below OP, then I think that it's a few points watch out for. 12,825 is the first KCB, which the market earlier have tested already. Can you see that? It tested earlier. If not, right, it can test down to 12,671, and that will be the level to watch out for. Okay, so for NASDAQ, it's much clearer. Below OP, you look for selling. Above OP, you look for buying. But the KSI is red in color, so look out for sell, be a better bet. So when if the KSI if the market go to +1 to +3 on the KTR, look out for sell signal. Okay, look out for sell signal. All right. Okay. All right, I know that the Hang Seng is open. Just give me a while. I just cover everything first. This is S&P 500. Wow, look at it. S&P 500 on the big chart. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at it. Oh my goodness. How incredible. Now, guys, you know I haven't changed my line yet since the morning until now. I just draw this line since last week. Last week, I draw this line and wow, look at it. The market just stopped there perfectly today. Oh shit, man. So what does it tell me? Two things, my friend. Number one, it tells me that if the market stays above this trend line, it will still go up. It will still go up. But if any day, right, if the market close or trades below the line and inevitably it's going to be closing below the trend line, this is going to be a big sell. Okay, you heard me loud and clear. Because when a market becomes so technical, in my years of experience, when such things become so beautiful, so technical, the next thing is the drasticness will come in. Okay, so from the chart view, look at it now. It does tells me that there is a possibility that if any day, if the market breaches the technical trend line, the S&P 500 may go down all the way to my MA 200, and that's 35.20 as of today. It can be a higher level or lower level depending on how the market move. But now it's at 37. Now it's 37.03. All right, it's 37.03. So which means that right, the market may need to drop another 180 points before the market really get a good foothold of this. Okay, so from the RSI side, right, it does show a very high possibility that this may really happen. Now, I will repeat myself like a broken recorder for the next few times, is that if the market is still overall bullish, it's still correction of 5% is nothing. So when the market corrects to 10%, the market may shake a little bit. But once the market goes below 15%, that is where the market will put on panic mode. So as of now, it's all right. There's no reason to panic right now. If you're still long-term bull, it's still okay. Just that you know that, okay, the S&P 500, if it breaks the trend line, it may test 35.20, okay? Something to watch out for. Okay, got it? Okay, so let's look at Hang Seng, right? You've been waiting for this. Okay, Hang Seng has recovered from the opening price as I suspected. Oh, okay, the opening price is 28,235 and the low of today is the same price. Opening and low is the same, it's a flat bottom. Flat bottom means there's an algorithm trading. That means there's some algorithm trading right now at the moment. Okay, that's why you can see the Hang Seng, when it open only, right? It gaps up. Sorry, it went to cover the gap. Once you open flat bottom meaning open and low the same, straight away it rally up all the way. Yeah, obviously the US market doing this right now, the algorithm, people who want to short the market, the boys just keep on buying. You see, when the markets are high, the boys tell you to sell. Then after that, the market is high, the boys sell, the retail buy. Then when the price comes down, obviously created by the boys, obviously, then the retailer now dumping stock because they see the fear factor here, the boys buy back. This is always the thing that always repeat and repeat. No changes at all. Okay, so this is something that always repeat on a general ground itself. Okay, guys. So this is what I foresee that is happening right now in the market. Okay. Okay. All right, so this is the Hang Seng. So let's look at the Hang Seng, what do you call the conventional chart right now. Okay, so for the Hang Seng conventional chart right now, our TWB chart itself, you can see that this is what's happening. Hang Seng open price is between the pivot 1 and pivot 2. So already it bridges up and break above the pivot 1. That's why it's climbing up strongly right now, coming strongly. Okay, you can see that it's really happening. Okay, now the difference is why the Hang Seng is strong at the moment, because the KSI happen to be still green in color, surprisingly, right? So that's why I say it doesn't mean that the market coming down itself, the KSI to follow. It's just the information. But of course, I would say that Cal is not accurate because no, KSI is still green. Now you look carefully, right? The point of KSI is tell you that what is the current base in the market, telling you that, right? Why that, if your Hang Seng is having green KSI, you just have to, when you're shorting the market, remember to take a profit. So you can see all the long tail define to tell you that, right? That because the KSI is green, that is the reason why the market is holding up. Okay. So now why Hang Seng is going up as a moment you can see right now is because same thing, the KSI is green. That's why the market is actually holding up. Okay. Okay, so you got an idea now? Okay, cool, right? Okay. All right, so that is the Hang Seng. All right, that's Hang Seng. We're going to cover a lot of stuff today. All right, okay, continue the session. Right, tomorrow will be much, much lesser. Gold, basically, you can see has been trying to, every time it tried to rally, and all this rally is done by all the short selling, covering, and all the speculative movement. You can see that. And obviously now, again, there's some saying that, right, there might be some corrective movement. Some say it's a buying because there is people saying that, that this this festive season coming in for the Chinese New Year, and then people are buying gold. I'll leave it there. I would not really comment that. So we can see on Friday was really, really incredible. You can see that the way gold hits the high beautifully based on our pivot, pivot 1874, gold hits up there and then pull back down. You can see this is really incredible. And this is why I tell you this, the KSI is so important because KSI rate, KSI rate basically tells you that the market itself, okay, it tells you that the boys are actually selling into the market. The boys are selling into the market. Okay, selling into the market. Okay, all right. And then what happened? Okay, that's why when the market hit a high or hit any pivot level, it's better to take profit. So when the KSI is red, it informs you, all right? It informs you that, okay? This is very, very important, okay? All right, so you can see beautifully for the entire day itself, the market basically was sideways. Then obviously the news came, all the speculation came out where silver shoot up, right? It was a coordinate movement. I mean, in fact, it was on Reddit. They said that, okay, guys, at this time, this period, just buy silver. And really, it already happened. So of course, gold also follow through on speculative reason. But for sure, right, guys, take a look right now. You can see it very, very clearly. Okay, you can see right now, you can see that the CCYR came in and it triggered the pivot 1. That is a very distinctive sell. And of course, it's a BMB. So obviously, you must sell it already. You really must sell it and go collapse down all the way. See, that is very powerful. Our system just really tells you a lot of stuff. As long as you follow the rules, the chance of making money is definitely very, very high. Okay, very, very high. All right. Okay, so just look at gold right now, a quick one on gold. Okay, look at gold right now. Okay, this is the gold day chart. Okay, it looks ugly. It looks very, very ugly. You know why I say that? Let me explain this to you. Because gold this morning gap up, right? It gap up because of all the silver speculation and then all the stock market stuff like that. If you look carefully, if you put the MA30 right into the gold chart, the MA30 is 1860. The MA30 is 1860, guys. Of course, morning MAO is 8:30. So if you don't need to wait for me, if you want to use this thing here, you can actually already put in your MA30 into your group in your own chart. So at least you know that you don't need to wait for me to tell you stuff. Because this morning I received text messages, so many of them. Some asking me, Cal, now gold is at 160. Should we buy? Should we sell? You don't need to ask me anymore, guys. You guys are my students. You know what I'm trying to tell you guys. Conventional chart is just an extra reference, okay? You have to follow the TWB chart. That is the most accurate, okay? So with the gold now trading below 1860, that means that gold likely will pull back further, all right? Gold will likely pull back further. And this is ugly because that means the gap up but push down. So the main thing is that the boys are trying to push it down instead. So for people who buy gold this morning or buy silver this morning, right, they're in trouble, okay? I'm telling you that. And today, the MA200 is still about there, about 1875. 1875 is the 200, okay, MA 200. So traders, you just take note of that, okay? That is the point here itself for today. All right, so let's look at the weekly chart. You can see beautifully today, the high is 1866. Oh my God, the high is 1866. The level that we all been talking about, that is the 90% level, 1866, right? Remember? 1866. And today high is 1866. Brilliant, okay? Those people who remember I say 1866, please key 1866 into the Facebook group chat. So now the thing is this is a trend line. You can see that the market opened outside the trend line, but if it goes right in, this could be terrible, okay? Now, of course, why I keep on saying that, right? Why do I tell you guys go must sell when the stock market is coming down? Because I tell you this is what's ongoing now. This morning you saw, right, the stock market came down, but the gold went up, right, initially, but now gold is coming off totally. So it is not working in the same direction, okay? It's not. So you just have to follow the ground rule. If you really cannot remember any ground rule, just remember this: opening price. If the market is trading below opening price, to buy is very dangerous. If you are trading above opening price, you want to short the market, is very dangerous. This is the ground rule that you must remember. I'm probably the only trainer in the Singapore market that reminds trader that the opening price is most critical. It's not the closing, it's not the high, it's not the low, it's the opening price. Very, very important, okay? If you remember this, please key the word opening price into the group chat, or OP to make it simple for you. Just remember this OP rule, okay? OP rule, OPRULE, OP rule, okay? All right, guys, very, very, very important. So important that I cannot stress this enough, okay? All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much, okay? Now for gold today, let's look at our own chart. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, guys. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is bad, guys. This is bad news, guys. Now, gold opens between the two pivots, right? So above OP, it will go to pivot 1. If it goes below OP, it will go to pivot 2, right? So now it went down below pivot 2. So it's below OP and below pivot 2 means what? Bad news, guys. Selling. Gold will sell. So if later equity market do come down, gold will sell even more. Trust me on this, guys. Now, gold will come down to where? It will come down to about 1839. 1839 will be the first support for today for gold. Now, of course, again, I repeat, unless the gold can go above the pivot 2, then okay, fine. But if gold stays below pivot 2, guys, it's a seller market. Don't try to be funny. Because KSI is red in color, that means that every time the gold goes up, the sellers will be there. You got it? Okay, follow. Okay, this is why I say the conventional chart versus our TW chart works this way. If the conventional chart says buy and our TW chart says buy, then go with the flow, okay? Especially if the market is going together. But if there's one of them is not going the same direction, right, use the TWB chart to be the one that's going to guide you, because that's more relative to the real market right now, okay? I'm not selling coyote to you, but you should know that it makes a lot of sense right here, okay? So make sure 1856 must be the one that hold the fort, okay, for today. And of course, let's look at silver. Silver has gap up this morning. Wow, bam, it went gap up, right? Because all this sort of thing happening. But as I say, guys, this is pure speculation. And you can see now, this is craziness. I'm going to leave my lines here for a while to see how it could develop today. But if silver close back down and close below towards the closing price of Friday, oh no, this is terrible. All right, this will be a very terrible move. Okay, so guys, be very careful on silver. Don't chase. Okay, take my advice. Don't chase. Crude oil side, really same thing. Crude oil been basically hovering sideways. This is something not normal. Now, when this sort of thing happen, that means that we must be very careful. Today, crude oil, the support level is interesting. It is now holding up at about 51.88. So as long as crude oil holds up, is fine. That means the economy is okay. But of course, if the crude oil plunge, then it may go down all the way to about 47.20 level. So this is my personal take. If crude oil do come down, crude oil may come down all the way to 47.20 level. Okay, all right, that is the crude oil perspective lah. Okay. Okay, guys, before you go, don't run away. Yeah, I'm going to show you more stuff, and this is Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin itself is doing very well for us. Bitcoin, this one is not just change the date. That is the 29 of Jan 2021. Okay, the accuracy is still maintaining about 78%, very powerful. We have 5 trades on Friday and sorry, Friday. No, in fact, 5 trades from that is not, that's 30th. Sorry, let me change it. That's 31st already, because this one is from yesterday. So from yesterday to today, all right, there is 5 trades available and we have 4 wins out of 5. Now, do note this just a reminder, AIMS, although they provide the data on Saturday, Sunday, but they do not allow trading on Saturday, Sunday. So if you have a position on the Saturday, Sunday before the weekend, please consider closing off if you are not comfortable to hold over the weekend. Okay, very important. Huh? All right, now let's look at Bitcoin before we wrap it up for today. Just give me a moment. I'm almost done. Okay. Bitcoin, where are you, Bitcoin? Okay, this is the Bitcoin day chart. You can see the day chart KSI is red in color. So which means that, right, there will be some profit taking later on, right? There will be some profit taking later on. Now, the day chart have a CCYR, but now it's staying above OP. So at the moment now, it's still trying its recovery. But from the way at KSI, if later on Bitcoin breaks below OP, there will be some selling again. All right, so be careful on that for this. Okay, Bitcoin, if it goes below opening price of today, Bitcoin may come down a bit. Okay, so this is my personal take on Bitcoin. All right, guys, before you go, right, let me just finish this. Okay, don't run away. All right, once again, before you go, this is something very critical, guys. When you are guilty, it's not your sins you hate, but yourself. Now, I think that for all my GM11 students, you guys have already made a decision. Some of you may know me, some of you may not know me, but you can see from my Facebook group and the people that I have online now, if the system doesn't work, no one will come online. That's number one. If the system doesn't work, you won't see so many people making good money. Right, focus on the system. All right, you're paying me, paying the management the fee for the system. All right, for the education, for the knowledge. All right, when you buy a phone, iPhone example, you're not interested in what this Steve Jobs is as a person. You're buying that handphone, right? You're buying that for that reason, for your own personal usage. So really, my history doesn't really matter anymore. It's about your life now that really matters. And my job is to make you richer than beyond. Okay. So if you agree with me, please put the word agree into the this Facebook group, and we will end today's session. Thank you, guys. Now, from tomorrow, if there's lesser fundamental, I'll cut down on fundamental so I can have more technical side. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye. All right, send me all your love if you want to. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Cheers.